Hey guys, in this video I'll be explaining what custom blocks do. So think about this. How many lines of code would it take to make a glide command with our own script? I'm gonna quickly do this. Wow, that's a lot of lines of code. If this wasn't a block in Scratch, this is what you'd have to do every time, unless you know how to use custom blocks. The purpose of custom blocks is so that you only have to program something that needs to be used multiple times once. It makes programming much easier if this script is very long. For example, our glide. Custom blocks are also known as functions. So let's look at what a function does in general. Functions have an input and an output. So basically, it takes some values in, the function does some stuff to it, and spits out the output. For example, these coordinates in the glide block are our output. The function is to bring the sprite to that location, and the output is that the sprite makes it to the location. So now you know what a custom block is. I'm sure you'll want to know how to use one. So we're going to create a custom block that is going to jump by itself instead of having to use this command. So we're going to go to More Blocks and click on Make a Block. This text box is where we name our block whatever we want. In this case, you'll probably want to call it Jump. Now click Options, and as you can see, there are multiple boxes that kinda look confusing. Now these are our inputs. These are the values that our block is going to take in and do something to. So the number input is for numbers. The string input is for any text at all. Symbols, letters, or numbers. The boolean is something that can only be true or false. So all we need for an input is how high our character is going to jump. A number input. Our block will take in this input and make it jump that high, which is the output. First we're going to program a jump command how we usually would at first. So here is our custom block. We're going to drag in a forever if, sensing spacebar pressed. So when we press the spacebar something will happen. And then a repeat 10, change y by 10, and then another repeat 10, change y by negative 10. So our command block does work, but we want it to jump to the height that we put in the input box. So we're going to drag in this small button here, which is the value that is put in here. And we need this to be the same number but negative, so that the sprite will come back down. So we'll times the number by -1. So now we have a custom jump block with a customizable height, which we can now use in our sprite multiple times. Now you might want to know that you can only use this block in the sprite that you programmed it in, which kind of makes it less usable than, just duplicating a block and putting it in a different sprite, Now I'd like to say in Scratch we don't use custom blocks so much because it's really easy just to duplicate the same lines of code and then change the inputs. It's really only necessary when you have long lines of code that need to be repeated. I hope you guys understand how to use a custom block now. Thanks for watching.